Hello everyone, today we're out here on Loggers Point, and I hope everyone had a chance to enjoy hunting these bobcat. Now they're not that easy to find. Actually, it took quite some time before we even found our first one, and I know a lot of people who joined my game, and many of them have never even seen a bobcat yet until they actually joined my game, and then they got lucky and found their first one. But I'm going to show you a few locations that I found pretty successful for having some bobcats. So first off, this area here is always a pretty decent area. I wouldn't say it's the best, but right over here is very, very prime. This spot and this spot right here, almost always you get a call somewhere around this area. And also over here, a really good area there. I would say this area here is really good to hunt this area really hard here. And maybe here also had some really good luck with bobcat all along the edge of this canyon area here, and even a little bit, not much, but a little bit right here is probably your best bet to find some bobcats. So first we're going to start off bow hunting bobcats from the ground, and we're going to see if we can't manage to do that. It's going to be pretty difficult because they have a very keen sense of smell and sight. So what we're going to have to do is set our collar out behind where the bobcat's actually going to come from. That way the bobcat has to actually cross our path in order to get to the collar, and during that time is when we get an opportunity to take the shot. Alright, and just like that, we just traveled over to basically where I put this first X here, and we got a call from a bobcat right on top of us. So we're going to go prone, and we're going to put our collar. I don't know if we actually can put our collar out. I do see a sign of a deer over there. There's a doe there. Now we got a bobcat called right over here. Alright, so I think he might have sensed us because we were pretty much right on top of him. And when we put the collar out, he possibly could have spooked. So we finally found our bobcat. So there he is out there, about 150, 200 meters out. It looks like kind of a gray colored one. Very difficult to see. I'm not sure if it's a male or a female. But the good thing is the wind's sort of blowing in our direction. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to put out the collar just over here. That way the bobcat decides to walk right towards the collar. It should walk right past us. Alright, so we have the collar out and our bobcat is still there. So let's start calling. Oh, look at this. She's coming right into the call now. She's coming right into the call. The wind's blowing pretty hard left. And we got her at 50 right here. So I say when she gets to about 40, we should be able to take a shot without getting too much affected by the wind. Alright, let's try this. We're going to hold right on her head for 40. And we'll see what happens. Awesome shot. She's definitely hammered. You can see the blood hit from here. Oh yeah, she's hit right in the front shoulder. Maybe a tad bit low, but she's definitely hammered. And we have a feral hog out here as well, with a pretty perfect wind going right to him. Got him out there at 65. We might as well see if we can't put a good hit on him as well. So we'll hold the 60 right for the top of the lung. Drilled him. He started kind of walking actually, but I think he still got hit pretty good. Now if you get a bobcat hit in the body and you're not sure how good she's hit, just wait about 10 game minutes and she'll go right down. Yep, that's some body blood, but she is hit in the front shoulder. So like I said, she's going to go right down in about 10 game minutes. So at 8:14, we should have ourselves a dead bobcat. Alright, so it's been about 10 game minutes now. And actually, oh, I thought there was a dead. Yep, our bobcat's down right there. So he was completely dead, actually she was, in about 10 game minutes. but I do believe we hit her in the front shoulder, so I'm not sure. If you hit her somewhere solid, then she will go down a lot faster than, say, if you hit her in the foot. And as you can see by the shot, definitely hit her pretty solid. Looks like we shot just low of the heart, actually. It almost was a perfect shot. But let's pick her up. She was a pretty heavy one. We hit her in the right front leg. She scored 6.8. But let's take a look at the shot. So we were holding for about 40 is what we thought she was. And apparently she was 42 because that was almost a perfect heart shot. So pretty cool. Almost, but not quite. Alright, well, shortly after that bobcat, I decided to go look for some blood on that feral hog that we shot. And sure enough, there was intestine blood, and here he is down right here. So it would have been a better shot, but like I said, he started walking. And what happened is we caught the back of his stomach at 65.3 meters, so pretty cool. Alright, so we just got a call from a bobcat right over here by my red dot on the hunter mate. Now, we have a tree stand set up right here, but I don't really think we want to have the caller set up too close to our tree stand. In fact, I think we want to kind of have it set up a little bit farther away. That way we get his attention. Now we're going to put the caller sort of out past the tree stand this direction here. And I think he should come in. We don't have the caller on us? Yeah, this should work here. If we can sit right here, put the collar out. And we can get right on this little rock right here and basically overlook this whole bottom. Alright guys, we got eyes on a bobcat. It looks like a pretty big male coming right in. Now we have our predator collar set up right here about 10 meters away. And we just got a call from a buck. That's interesting. I had a feeling it'd be a mule deer. So let's see where he's coming from. So we need to get into a spot here where we can get crouched up and maybe take a shot. This bobcat's coming in right here, right behind this tree. There he is, there he is. He looks like a pretty big male. It's actually going to be the first male that I've seen so far. So I'm not sure how close he actually is going to come. We do have the CAMO PULSAR loaded with tracers, but it's going to be really difficult to be able to pop up and take a... Oh, we got him 40 meters right there, so if he pops out, could definitely take a shot for 40. But he's probably going to hug tight along the edge here. You never know what's going to happen. Right there he is. Alright, so we got him at about 30 meters out. If we could see him a little bit, that's good enough. We could definitely take a shot. He's right at about 25 meters. He sees us. Perfect shot. Just hammered him. And we got one on the run. Oh. He was right behind that tree. So there must have been two of them coming in at once. That was pretty cool. And there's that muley buck. It's a different one. There must be a group of bucks coming in. We might as well put out a call and see if those come in or not. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to turn our collar off, and we're going to go over here and go pick up our bobcat. And maybe we'll actually be able to spot the other one. And I'm kind of glad we didn't take a shot, because we should be able to call him back in a little bit. But here's our bobcat. We took about That was a perfect shot. We took about a 20-meter shot, maybe 22 meters. So let's pick him up and take a look. He weighs 15.7 kgs and he scores 8.4. We got a 21.9 meter double lung shot and our first big male bobcat. I believe this is our biggest bobcat so far. So I think we might get him mounted. Yeah, he's in a really cool position for a trophy shot. Pretty awesome. And yeah, let's get him mounted. Alright, so let's take a look out for these bucks. There we go. And yeah, it's definitely a pretty solid buck. 170 to 200 on him. So there's no point in spooking him away. And we got him right here at about 40 meters out. Yeah, he was definitely 40. Now, I don't think he should really scare... Yeah, they're definitely going to scare that bobcat. That's alright. We'll go over where we last saw that bobcat. And we should be able to track him down and call him back in. But here's our buck, so let's pick him up. We got a shoulder blade left lung liver hit on him and he scores 194.3. Definitely a pretty solid muley buck. So now we're going to go over here. We'll go pick up the predator collar and kind of crouch towards a little bit closer where we last saw that bobcat. And actually he just called right there. Right there. So he might come to the collar, but he might not. He's kind of a little bit borderline too far away from the collar to actually come to it. So we're probably going to move closer and we'll set up the collar. Alright guys, so this mule deer just spooked. That means, well, you can see it spooking right now. That means there's a bobcat nearby, and there actually is one. Oh, he's right there, he's right there. He's right behind that tree. Here he comes. Not sure. Looks like a male. No, that's a female. Looks like a pretty good sized female though. She's sneaking in from the back side. And she just bolted. And she stopped right there. So let's put the collar right here. And she should walk right past us. Alright, let's get a range on her. She's right now about 30 meters away from us. Coming closer. So we should definitely be able to take a shot here. Nope, still can't quite see her. She's about to come up over this hill. She's 40 right there. Alright, we're going to hold for 30. She's definitely coming in range. We got her right there, walking right to us. Hit her right in the neck. There she goes. That's pretty cool. You can definitely tell she's hurt. Alright, let's mark her. She's right there. Nope, that's body blood. So we'll give her about 5 more game minutes and she should go down. Alright, she just tipped over. Alright, here she is down right here. Ooh, that was a really good shot. We went right through the head, into the neck, and came out right through the front shoulder. She was definitely hammered. Shoulder blade. So we got 34.2 meters shoulder blade, and she scores 7. Pretty cool. Alright, so we just got to our next location, And we got a fresh set of bobcat tracks headed this direction here. So he should be coming in any minute now. But we also have a pretty awesome high rack buck just over here. He's definitely a 160 plus. Really cool looking rack. I don't see any deductions on him at all. 150 to 170 score. But I would say he's going to score probably 166. Sure is a pretty big buck. We might try and drop him right there. Don't have too much wind. And I think we could shoot right through that tripod stand. Perfect. He went right down. Well, we've been sitting here for about 15 minutes now and still no sign of bobcats. So I think we're going to get down, go take a look at our big high rack buck, and then we're going to jump back on those bobcat tracks and see if we can't track him down. Alright, so here's our buck. Definitely has quite a bit of mass and he looks like a good 8x8. So let's see what he scores. We made a perfect heart shot, left lung, and he scores 166.1. So basically exactly what I thought he was going to score. Made a 42.4 meter perfect shot and an awesome high rack buck. Yeah, I think we might actually get him mounted because we only have 1 or 2 high racks that score 166 like this that we've taken with a bow. So yeah, let's get him mounted. And now we're going to grab the collar, jump back on that track, and hopefully we can find ourselves a bobcat. Alright, so we actually were on a bobcat track and we just got a call from another one right here. But just to show you how smart these bobcats are, one just spooked right here and we were in the stand, which is about 150 meters away. He actually saw us. We weren't even running, we were crouching to the stand, and he knew something wasn't right and he came in and he busted. But we just got a call from another bobcat down here, so we're in a pretty good situation to be able to try and lure him in, as well as the other one. He shouldn't be too far away either. And it looks like another bobcat track. So that's 3 bobcats all within a certain area right here. And I think we should be able to put out the collar right here and get up on that little hill, get tucked in right behind that thick brush. We should have ourselves a perfect setup. Alright, so let's try right here. And let's get right over here. Let's get our electric collar activated. And we'll keep an eye out for some bobcats. Alright, so this spot here looks pretty good. Can see all the way into that thick woods. Hopefully we can spot a bobcat here pretty soon. These things are so smart. Oh, right there! He actually snuck in. So she snuck in and we didn't even see her. Now she's just like spazzing out over there. And that's another bobcat. That's 4 bobcats here. Alright, so I'll show you this area here. That is right here and right here. That's 4 bobcat in this area right here. So a lot of times they like to hang around the edge of the water and kind of come up into the thick woods. And that's basically what's happening. But I don't know what's going on with this female here. Something tells me it's not going to be a bow shot though. But we got the job done. There's no point. And we made a nice right hind leg, intestine, liver, and lung shot on her. And she scores 7.0. Alright, so like I said before, we want to get a little bit closer towards this thick woods over here. And we want to get a little bit towards the water as well. So this should be the track from the other one. This is the track from the other one. So apparently 3 bobcats came in and 3 bobcats spooked. Well, 2 spooked and 1 got dead, basically. So they shouldn't be too far away. A lot of times these bobcat don't really go too much further than 150, 180 meters out, and they kind of just stop and start roaming around in that area. Alright, this could work right here. I think we're going to put the collar out here, and then we'll go on this hill right there, 44 meters out. Alright, so our bobcat just called right over here, and I had a feeling he was pretty close by because there's a doe right here, and she's acting very, very skittish. And normally when they do that, that's because there's a predator in the area and she's not very comfortable being around him. So he just called right over here. Still haven't spotted him yet. Oh, there he is, coming up over the hill. Look at this. It looks like another gray one. Let's see if it's a male or a female. That is a pretty big male. Did he just turn around? Alright, so he just turned around. But we turn the collar off. We'll turn it back on and see if we can't get his attention. Yep, look at this, look at this. I had a feeling he was going to come sneaking around in on the backside, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's coming around the backside over here. We actually spotted him over by this tree, but he didn't like coming out in the open, so he decided to stay in the thick brush, and he's going to come in from this backside. Oh my god, he's right there. Alright guys, here he comes, here he comes. We're going to put some cover spray on here real quick, just to make sure this big bobcat doesn't come and spook. We're going to have to take a little bit of a far shot, but we got a pretty solid wind. Now, I'm thinking that he should come up on this mound right here, and that should be our moment when we take a nice shot. At about 40 meters out. So right now we have him here. He's about 55, probably 60 out. So as soon as he gets up on top of this hill, we're going to be ready. This one looks pretty big. He definitely looks 8'5" or 8'6". I'm not even sure, but he definitely looks pretty big. You can tell by the long legs, really long body. His head looks pretty squared. And he should be about 40 right there. So let's check. One's pushing a bit to the left. Alright, we got him at 40. We got a tracer loaded. Alright, we're going to take a shot. Oh, we hit him in the neck. Still a solid hit, but I was thinking he was actually walking. So cool. We got ourselves a big old male bobcat, hit pretty hard. I don't think a bobcat will last too long with the arrow in his neck. So actually I was thinking the wind was pushing hard and he was walking, so you would think you would have to lead him quite a bit, especially at 40 meters out, but he might have been a little bit closer. He might have been about 30. Nah, he was still. Yeah, he was definitely 40 out there. In fact, you can actually see our tracer arrow right there in the ground at 130. So that's how far they actually run. He ran 130 meters and stopped right there. And you can actually see him walking right there. That's so cool. Yep. Yeah, so we're going to have to wait about 10 game minutes because I do imagine it's probably a body hit. But it's a solid hit right in the neck, so he will go down in about 10 game minutes. That sure was awesome though. The way he actually came in, didn't want to come in through the open, and then he actually tried to cut through the backside there. And then he changed his mind again and decided to come right across the wide open, right down the path, right to us. So I think he actually just went down. Yeah, it looks like he is definitely down. So let's go pick up our collar, and then we'll head over there. Actually, we're going to check the blood. I do think it is body blood, but you never know. One lung probably would drop him. Alright, here's the blood, and it definitely is body blood. So we did hit him in the neck, but he should be down over there now. So let's go take a look. Alright, here he is down right here. And look at that shot. So we actually let him just a little bit too much, which it wasn't a bad shot at all. We let him maybe an inch too much. Probably would have been a heart and lung shot otherwise, but still a really solid hit. And we got ourselves a big bobcat. So let's pick him up and see what he scores. 15.4 kgs, and he scores 8.47. We hit him at 36.9 meters, and I think this is our new biggest bobcat. He's also a gray one as well, so that's really cool too. And we're definitely going to get him mounted and put him up in our new trophy lodge. Actually, look at where the arrow came out. It came out right in front of the front shoulder on the back side, on the opposite side there. So if we were another half-inch back, we probably would have hit the back lung there. But anyways, we still got ourselves a big bobcat. Made a pretty decent shot. And let's take a look. That's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. We have our biggest bobcat, and it's a gray bobcat, and we're going to get it mounted and go at it in our new trophy lodge. Alright, well, we just got it mounted, and to be honest, these bobcat are very difficult to hunt, which is very realistic, and I'm very happy that they are this difficult, but at the same time, it takes a lot of effort to be able to get these bobcats. For example, we got here today at 6 o'clock, and it's 10 o'clock already game time, so that's 3 game time hours, and we only got 2 bobcats within 3 game time hours. So we covered quite a bit of ground. We actually covered pretty much this whole north end over here, and we went from this stand, and then we went over by the pond. We got some tracks here, tracked all the way over there. All that for 2 bobcats. The thing is, it's really fun to hunt them, but it takes a lot of patience. And I would recommend basically covering as much area as possible. Look for bobcat signs if you find tracks, or if you hear bobcats calling, then you'll know that it's a good spot to call. But if you don't, move on to the next location, and if you get to a spot where you think there should be bobcats, but you don't hear any calls or any sign, I would still try a call. At least try a call and wait 5 minutes. For example, the other day, I was down here, and it was a wide open spot, but I know it's pretty thick here, and there possibly could be bobcats there. So I put the collar out basically right here, and within about 25 seconds, there was a bobcat coming right to the call. Alright, so let's go head over to the trophy lodge and go take a look at our mounted bobcat and also our mounted whitetail high rack buck. Alright, here we are back at the trophy lodge, and here is our 166.1 scoring high rack buck that we just shot right next to our 177 high rack, except for the 166 comes actually more up than the 177. So those two look really good there. And then we have our 216 muley and our 218 muley side by side. Now let's go head over to the other trophy lodge and go take a look at our mounted bobcat. Actually, 2 mounters. We mounted one 8.4 common bobcat, and we mounted a 8.43 gray bobcat. Alright, so we just got to the other lodge, and here is our common bobcat. This one scored 8.43, and we got him with the CAMO PULSAR. Made an awesome double lung shot on him, and so here he is mounted here. Now let's go take a look at the gray bobcat that we just got with the 40-meter shot with the CAMO PULSAR. We hit him somewhere like right in the neck area, but he is an awesome bobcat. He scores 8.47, and that is pretty cool. I'm glad to have a nice gray one and a common one. Alright, so that hunt turned out pretty good. It was very difficult and a lot of fun at the same time. So I hope you guys get out there and enjoy bow hunting some bobcats. And I think that's going to be the end of this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.